Greetings, people. It's Mr. Pooh, the Trigger, yet again on another episode of the Enlightenment series.
When I went home, nobody sponsored me. This is my 3 times I'm going home. The last time I went home now, I will tell you the truth. The only person who paid for everything we did, it is Mary J. If you can confirm for Mary J pay all the money and you travel home. The one I used lodge in a hotel. We called for Ayo's daughter. Listen, Ayo's daughter was not in Igara then. She was in somewhere. Mary J is the person who paid the transfer for Ayo's daughter to go back home. Mary J can confirm this thing very well. She paid for the hotel I lodged. Mary J paid all the money we used. The total money we calculated, it was 150,000 naira. It was not paid by Jeremiah. It was not paid by anybody. It's not paid by Ruth. Which somebody will say you are looking for money from Jeremiah. That's why I'm saying this. Mary J paid all the money. For me to get information, let's invite Ayo to Abuja. She will pay for the hotel in Abuja. When Ayo gets to notice something, we called Ayo. Mr. Ayo said that unless we arrest Ruth before he can come out. I say, why are you saying this? Unless we arrest Ruth. He said, yes. Why? He said he has a lot to say. I said, you mean you're not coming out? You are not coming to Abuja? Ayo said no, that he's not coming to Abuja unless if you see that Ruth has been arrested. I said, okay, that should be the case. And I told Mary J that let me go home to do find it because I don't know the reason why I was saying unless if Ruth Matthew is arrested, he will not come out. Mary J paid transport, which I went home with.
So, this very short snippet that I've played for you, I did it for emphasis sake, even though I've not yet gone into detail in as far as the role that Daniel played. Most of you do not understand the depth or how much involved Daniel was in doing damage control for Jeremiah Omoto for fame. From the case of Mr. Ayo, I hope most of you recall when Mr. Ayo came out and he was saying a lot of things about Sister Ruth Matthew. All that was Daniel's project. From everything that you heard on the cyberspace concerning people doing an investigation and the promises that people were giving, that you will soon find out the truth, that Ruth Matthew is a liar. All that was coming from Daniel. And you hear him on this short snippet, he mentions a particular lady called Mary J. Mary J also happens to be in the military. But I can tell you one thing for sure, that woman is a smooth criminal. That woman is a pathological liar. She is a 419 Yahoo young lady without emotions. The damage that Mary J caused to this case of Sister Ruth Matthew is unquantifiable. She is a shame, she is a disgrace to everything that women stand for. This woman called Mary J, Doris Ogala, and Prophetess Disgrace, same WhatsApp group. They are just vagabonds, 419 Yahoo fraudsters. I don't even understand how the military in Nigeria recruit specific calibers of this Mary J type of a woman. I'm not going to dig deeper into analyze Mary J, but we are going to do at least 2 episodes to make you understand the role that this Mary J that Daniel is saying was paying for the bills, who she really is. Mary J was working for Jeremiah Omoto for fame in collaboration with Prophetess Disgrace together with Doris Ogala and also involving the YouTube Dr. Chidi. I'm sure most of you had so much confidence. Okay, not most of you. Some of you are enlightened. You are smart enough. There is a time when the YouTube doctor, let me just do a summary just now so that all of you can have a clear picture of where we are going and the involvement of Daniel. There is a time when this YouTube doctor called Chidi was doing a marathon with this disgraced woman called Doris Ogala. When they were doing this marathon, they were promising people that we are doing an investigation. We have launched an investigation and we have uncovered so many secrets. We are going to come out and present all the information that you need to know. And the one whom they were basing on, who was on the ground, it was Daniel and Mary J. So the entire YouTube doctor and Doris Ogala, they put their heads together and they deployed Daniel on the ground. And remember, they were all being funded by Jeremiah Omoto for fame. Do not get this mistaken. And when all this was happening, the prophetess Disgrace, for your own information, Disgrace has been cancelled from Jeremiah Omoto's camp. She's no longer a part of Jeremiah Omoto for fame. Omoto has cancelled all of them. Disgrace now was the link between Omoto for fame and Daniel and Mary J. Disgrace would lie to Omoto that she is involving police and she is involving DSS to go and arrest Sister Ruth Matthew. And when she's doing this, Daniel is the one that will be doing the entire investigation. So everything that you would hear Omoto coming to say, everything that you would hear Doris and Chidi and all the Dadamasses and all these other bloggers coming out to say, it was all coming from Daniel. He was their foot soldier on the ground. I'm just putting everything together. I'm scattering everything so that you can just get a clear picture. And then you can connect all the events and know the significance of Daniel in this case of baby testimony. There's a time when I did an episode about Mr. Ayo's daughter, when I did an interview and then I posted the video when she was saying that there are soldiers that visited her and that was trying to stage or that was trying to force Ayo's daughter to implicate Sister Ruth Matthew as the one who sold baby testimony. I'm sure you recall. I'll probably post a link below so that you can go and watch that video. So all this was being done by Daniel on the ground. And Daniel was in collaboration with Mary J and Disgrace. It's a good thing that Disgrace was taking money from Omoto, was scamming Omoto, lying to Omoto that she has DSS and investigation officers on the ground who are actually carrying out an investigation to actually expose Sister Ruth Matthew or to create a story around Sister Ruth Matthew. The entire plan, the main plan, why they involved Mr. Ayo, why Daniel went to Igara, they wanted to put Ayo in a position whereby Ayo can sue Ruth Matthew. They wanted Ruth Matthew and Mr. Ayo to have their own separate court case, whereby Ayo is accusing Ruth Matthew of having sold baby testimony. That was the main plan. That's what Daniel promised Jeremiah Omoto that he would deliver, that he would do. And the reason for this, remember, Ruth Matthew already has another court case in Wari that she is defending of defamation of character. So while these two cases are going simultaneously, there's a point, okay, what they had predicted is there's no way Ruth Matthew can sustain herself, can manage to appear here in court and appear to this other court of Jeremiah Omoto and this other court of Mr. Ayo. That was the entire plan, to frustrate her so that she can just throw in the towel and call it quits and just forget about baby testimony. That's the role that Daniel had to play to make sure that Ruth Matthew is frustrated. I know I've said a lot of things here, but the reason why I'm saying it all is just so that you can know the role of Daniel in this whole case and what he has done and what he has contributed to baby testimonies, to what he has contributed to obstructing baby testimonies justice. Fast forward, Daniel now couldn't deliver everything that he had promised Jeremiah Omoto for fame. And when I did my recent episodes, when I was exposing people that are leaking information from Omoto for fame side, Jeremiah Omoto for fame thought it was Daniel. That's why they cut him off. That's one of the reasons why they cut him off. Another thing, Daniel was doing his own investigation and then he came across some information which was connecting a Mercy City pastor. I'll do another episode concerning that as well. Concerning a Mercy City pastor, a very close pastor to Jeremiah Omoto, who used to send Ruth Matthew money to support her back in the days before baby testimony was abducted. And Daniel was questioning Mercy City and Jeremiah Omoto's team to say, how come you people have never mentioned about this pastor of yours, of having been connected to Sister Ruth Matthew and for everything that he has been doing for Sister Ruth Matthew? Why have you not brought him out? And this made the people of Mercy City start to ask Daniel, which side, which team are you playing for? So for that, they distanced Daniel from almost everything and they cut him off. That's why they stopped supporting Daniel because they thought Daniel was now being too inquisitive. Because at inception, I'm sure Daniel believed that Mercy City had nothing to do with the abduction of baby testimony. I'm sure Daniel believed that Jeremiah Omoto Fofane is in no way connected to this abduction syndicate. So as he started uncovering certain things, he realized that these people know something, and these people are probably hiding something. So the more he started to ask questions from the Mercy City team, the more they started becoming careful of him, and that's how they got rid of him. And there's actually a time again when Disgrace was arrested by Jeremiah Omoto Fofane. New information that is coming up now, or that is going to come out now, is going to shock you all people. When Jeremiah Omoto realized that Disgrace was lying to him concerning her involving DSS and police people to go and interrogate and arrest Sister Ruth Matthew, that's when he cut off Disgrace from his channel, from his team, and brought in Daniel closer. And at the very same token, Jeremiah cut off Emeka, if you know that one that calls himself, that confused charlatan, baby charlatan that calls himself the prophetic dawn. He cut all of these off. The only people that are left now connected to Jeremiah Omoto Fofane, but Jeremiah Omoto Fofane still does not have trust and faith in them, is Doris Ogala and that Ebega governor. The reason why Omoto cannot cut these two off is because they have been in conversations and Doris Ogala has been recording them, all of them. Now he's afraid that if he becomes loose, or if this Ogala becomes loose, Ogala is a blackmailer, she will still go back to them again and threaten to expose them. That's how unstable Jeremiah Omoto's team is at the moment. And that's how desperate they are, and they've just run out of options. They have no idea how to deal with this case anymore because everything has come out on the open. So the reason why I did this episode to just summarize the roles that Daniel was playing is so that you can have an insight of the major roles that Daniel played in this whole story of doing damage control for Jeremiah Omoto Fofane. So the question that he ended up asking when I last spoke to him was, if Jeremiah Omoto has nothing to do with this, if he was really innocent, why does he keep on financing all these damage controls? From the one of God's love to the one of Mr. Ayo and everything else that he was, and all the other narratives that he was trying to sell of saying that Ruth Matthew sold baby testimony. Those are the questions that he started asking. So that's where the case currently is, and I'll probably do a few episodes to expose everything that Daniel has revealed in his investigation. So the question that I probably have now is just a teaser to, to the people that were promising people, the likes of the YouTube doctors and etc., who were saying that Ruth Matthew was lying. What do you have to say now? And we'll do another episode on this fraudster called Mary J, the military fraudster, the woman with no shame. So that you people can understand the entire web of lies that Omoto had created to dilute this case of baby testimony, to throw this case of baby testimony off balance. But here we are still standing, and God has been with us. And the spirit of baby testimony has been confusing them. It has been making them run helter-skelter. And until we get justice for this boy, we are not stopping at any given time, at any point in time. So with that being said, I'll check you out on the next episode of the Enlightenment series. It's Mr. Pull the Trigger. I'm out.